doing this because I love nature and I love teaching people about nature. It is really one of the things I enjoy. I love seeing people get excited about learning nature. So I think teaching people to become citizen scientists is a fantastic way to learn more about nature, to get out into nature, and to help out scientists. So yeah, teaching people in this way is just, let me go again. So that's why I'm doing this, to teach people about nature and to share my love of nature.
I think that getting involved in citizen science can be a grand big adventure. Now, it doesn't have to be big in the sense that you go very far away or do big, huge journeys, but there's just so much to discover. And just like any good adventure you go on, you get to discover stuff about what you're learning about in terms of the science, stuff you're recording or monitoring, but you also get to learn stuff about yourself. And citizen science, particularly when you're doing it on stuff to do with nature, be it bird life or bees or plants, you're getting out into natural environments and having a great time, and you're in places that are really important for your well-being. So citizen science essentially becomes a thing that engages us with the natural world around us, and it becomes the catalyst for people going on adventure. So I get a sense of excitement about that personally in relation to citizen science, and I want to be able to share that with others. There was a day when we had trouble with YouTube, with internet, and the video we had prepared wasn't uploaded, and that we ended up sharing some other videos we had prepared to do with nature on the Wildbrook YouTube channel with the class. And one of those videos was one that I did myself back along when I'm not very good at video editing now necessarily, but I certainly wasn't then. And the video was a bit shoddy, and we had a really good conversation about it with the class, about how, you know, if you want to get good at something or if you want to get into something, just give it a go. And eventually that's where, through the experience, you can learn how to do it better. And for me, that video was important for me personally in that sense. But I felt like the class really engaged with that with me, that everyone, something about me learning and maybe me being a bit vulnerable there to everyone, showing you something I didn't do very well. There was something about that I think it caught people's attention, and it might have set a good example for, we're trying to encourage the class to give this a go. And why not? The worst that happens is you might really know how to do it at the beginning, but then you can learn as you go along, and that's what it's all about.
So I don't think I have one favorite moment. There's been little moments along the way when I can see the participants starting to share a little bit more and to react to videos. And I can see that happening more and more as we're moving the course along. And that's great. It's great to see them. It's great to start to get to know them a little bit. And I hope we'll have more of those moments as we go along. So what I think worked well, and this is what I think worked well, I hope participants will come back and let me know if it isn't something that's worked well, but I think the playing of videos has worked really well. In this online format where you have every chance of the internet crashing, of freezing, I think the videos has given certainly me a lot more confidence because I know something has been prepared well. So those have worked well for me. Again, I'd love to hear feedback from the participants though, if that has worked well for them.
What I think has worked well is us, Karen and I, tapping into what's around us, what's right outside our doors. We've been delivering this course during lockdown. We can't really go very far to prep stuff for class. So we've been using a mixture of stuff we'd prepared before, stuff that's out there online, but actually a lot of the material is stuff we've gathered ourselves around where we're living. And I think that has brought this class to life. I think that one morning it was really beautiful outside, and I just captured some footage on my phone of birdsong that was around me and the various trees I could share, or I could see, I should say. And I shared that with the class, and I think it was very powerful. So it's amazing, like, you don't need much from nature to be able to have a good experience. And we got a wonderful experience there, I feel, from just what was around me where I lived. So one day we played a video that was 40 minutes long, and I think it certainly was too long. If there is any content like that that we'd like people to watch, perhaps it would be best if that was kept as a homework piece, something that people could watch in their own time. We did think it would work. We said we'd do the 40-minute video and that people could have their lunch straight after, and we talked about it when we got back. But really, even though the video was well received, I think people enjoyed it. It's just the length of it was too long. So the way our class works is we have a 2-hour session, and we generally have about 50 minutes in each hour. So there's a break of about 20 in between. And if you want to show a 40-minute video in a 50-minute class, it's not enough time by the time people would settle in, have a chit chat with each other. How are you getting on? It's just too long, really. So I think that it'd be best to keep things to half an hour maximum. And that actually, a lot of the videos that were around 10, 15, 20 minutes long, they perhaps work best.
I'm surprised at how much I actually enjoy this online teaching. I have to admit, I was pretty nervous starting out. I hadn't done an online teaching before. This was a whole new course. So starting out, I was nervous, but it surprised me that I think it does work as a format, and I quite enjoy it. So what's disappointed me is, of course, not having the chance to meet all the participants in person. You know, it's great when you have that break in between the class and everyone gets some tea and you can have a little chat about other things. That's such a great way to meet people and learn about people. And even though, you know, I do like the online delivery, I do miss having those little time out with the participants to get them know better, sort of outside the course.
I think that a lot of the things that can be bad about online delivery, it perhaps falls down on the experience that people have of delivering training online. A lot of us aren't very experienced with it, especially those of us in Wildwork. We are very used to going out into natural outdoor settings with people and teaching outside and using nature itself to be able to teach people. So it's a big jump for us to move to train people online. But having said that, very quickly you can start to learn how to make it work really well. And that's the good of online learning. There's all kinds of possibilities. And I think in the past, people might have been a bit negative about online as a medium through which to teach people. But you know, it can be really engaging. There's so much stuff you can include in there, and it can be very, very interactive. It also allows people to interact with it when they are able or when they feel like it. And it means for us, we have to, look, granted, I think it takes more preparation to put together classes and so on. But once we have it developed, we actually have material that we can repeat again and again elsewhere. So it takes us a lot of work. Karen and I have put a lot of time into this course to actually prepare stuff in advance of class. But hopefully, provided people think the stuff is good, we can actually use that with other people going forward. So we'll hopefully get more benefit out of it.
What I'm looking forward to is getting better and better at this format. The videos are getting better. think I'm hoping my delivery and presentation is getting better, and my interaction with the participants hopefully will get better. So I'm looking forward to all of that, to improving even more as we go along, and to interacting with the participants even more.
I'm looking forward to looking back on this first journey to be a Wildbrook Citizen Scientist program. It is actually a very exciting journey for myself, and I think for Karen also, in delivering this course. I mean, we've never done something like this before, and we're halfway through now, and it feels like it's going really well, and it feels like we're onto something very special. I mean, we thought that in the beginning, that this was a great concept, a great thing to be trying to teach people. So we're halfway along now, and it still feels the same. And I'm looking forward to the conversations that I'm going to have with people in future about how fantastic this course was, and hopefully to be able to deliver the training to other people also.